Hey everybody, it's 5 o'clock. That's right, 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, which means it can only be one thing. It's music time. Today I'm going to be speaking to Cravism and Maya, but first, this. I need to get going, Mel. I'll see you later. Ta-da!
Hey.
And just like that, we're on air, in the ether, and all of that. Thanks for joining me, folks, and welcome to my music.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Graham.
Absolute pleasure. I was just hearing, Maya, that you met at Falmouth.
Yep.
In Cornwall. So go on, explain the story of how you met.
Well, I was studying music at university in Falmouth, and Cravis was doing a student exchange doing creative music technology over there. And I saw him perform at a gig, and I was organizing hip-hop events at the time. And I saw him live, and I just told myself, okay, this guy has to play for me. He's so good. The local scene will love him. And so I messaged him on Instagram, and he telling him I would love for him to play at one of our events. And he just went on my Instagram and saw a couple of videos of me singing and just instantly messaged me back saying, well, I like your voice. Do you want to just meet up tomorrow and maybe have a jam? So we met up, and that's when the magic started happening between us. That's it.
Yes. It's great when magic happens. And yet, so where are you both now?
I'm in Singapore.
Yeah, and I'm in Paris at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
How multicultural is today? So I'm in I'm in Somerset. So I'm not a million miles from where you originally met.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Look at this. And Paris. What's it like in Singapore and Paris today? Lovely?
So warm in Paris at the moment. It's crazy to have weather like this in September, actually. It's been really hot, but Paris is always beautiful.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. Nice weather, Paris, lovely. What about for you? How is it in
sometimes
Singapore
it can get very, really hot, like really sunny in the afternoon. Then like the next thing you know, it's like raining. It says downpour, thunderstorms and stuff. Yeah.
And let's make it even more multicultural. Someone listening is joining us tomorrow from Buenos Aires.
Hi, Tamara.
Hey, hi, Tamara.
So there we go. Look at that. And here we go. Canada.
Wow.
Yay.
People from all over the world. We're so lucky.
All over the world. It's great, isn't it? Marvelous thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I ask normally about people's influences. So we're going to have to take this in turns. In terms of music and where it started for both of you, where did it start? Let's talk to Cravism first. Where did it start for you, sir?
For me, I grew up learning classical piano, so like I grew up listening to like Chopin, Mozart, and stuff. But I feel like I grew up listening like a wide variety, like because my dad loves country music. Yes, and then but because I'm a dancer, I'm a b-boy, so I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop music as well, rap music, James Brown. And then only when I went to college, I started listening to more of like jazz. And then when you put jazz and hip hop together, you get all those genres like Tomish, neo soul and stuff. Then I started digging into that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
did you start to then go back into things like Miles Davis and?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So it's like a chronological order. Like it starts to make sense, like from all the music that I was exposed to when I was young.
Yeah. What about you, Mel? What were your early musical?
Well, my parents were both musicians at university. They were both playing the piano and they were playing classical music at the time. So when I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of classical music as well. But my dad, once he stopped playing professionally, he just always loved playing jazz music at home on the piano. And when we were kids, just my sister and I would just like harmonize on, music sheets from like Frank Sinatra piano sheets and things like that. And it was kind of when I was in high school that I realized how much I loved hip hop. And so the jazz from my childhood with the hip hop of, when I was a teen, when I started discovering R&B, it all kind of melted together to become kind of the genre that, Kravis worked into as well, neo soul, this kind of R&B neo soul thing.
Yeah. I was going to say, we don't really like genres on this show because genres kind of pigeonhole people, yeah, and you don't really want to be pigeonholed. But how would you describe yourselves musically? So let's think of 3 words that could really describe your music.
Chill. Soulful.
Chills. Yeah, those are good words.
Chill, soulful, groovy. Yeah, that would be my 3 words. Groove, chill, and soul.
Have you got any words to add to that, Maya?
I think you summed it up. Like these would pretty much be the words that I would have chosen as well.
Say it for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, soulful. That's just that's how I'm feeling it the most.
Yeah. When you started getting together and started putting together music, did you find that you had any shared influences in terms of things that you'd listened to or people that you really liked? Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, oh, you know this person?
Yeah, that's how the friendship began as well. Like just listening to the same music and being like, oh, you know this video? Oh man, it's so good. I know this song by heart. And then when we showed each other new songs,
new music,
the other one was, wow, this is so good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we shared.
What sort of things then? So what sort of things had you been listening to? Who was there? Did you both have like a shared passion for like someone you shouldn't have? Like a naughty secret. We both like this person.
We were talking about this quite recently. What were our guilty shames, like in music? But
guilty shames.
I think that would probably be like the really slick. There, I wouldn't say an artist in particular, but this type of music that's very sexy R&B kind of style of music, like
D'Angelo.
Yeah, but I don't think you should be guilty for liking any of that stuff, right? It's just good.
Well, D'Angelo, I mean, he was cool though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what, like Luther Vandross or anyone like that? I mean, can we go?
Luther Vandross. But sometimes me and Maya, we have debates of like artists. Like, there was one time like I think like Maya was like telling me how much she loved Kendrick Lamar,
and then Kravis didn't like Kendrick.
I don't know how I feel about that, but now I'm a Kendrick fan.
Yeah, but Anderson .Paak was an artist that really, I think, brought us together when we met. Oh, hello from Ontario.
Yeah, we really are going multicultural today. Really are going multicultural. So, in terms of listening, you obviously listen to an awful lot of things. Can you still do your chops, by the way, on the classical piano? Can you still play a bit of classical piano?
My classical piano? Yeah, I can, but maybe not in time.
You don't have to do it now. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
You can.
But definitely I can. I can play some Beethoven. I still can play some Beethoven and Mozart. A little bit, I guess. Yeah.
Do you ever think about like incorporating little bits of classical music into your music at all?
I tried it before.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
But maybe it's something that's maybe it's something that will happen one day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, in terms of the writing process for both of you, how does that work? One of you write the lyrics, one of you write all of the music, or are you, in terms of vocal lines, etc. Maya, do you go, well, I've got this, melody. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends whether we're physically together or not. When Kravis and I used to be in the same room, we used to really be able to like. We had this system where Kravis would write all of the instrumentals and just like go crazy on his computer, and then as soon as he was done, he would send the song to my phone. I'd just sit there, sing it, write it, and while I was writing it, he would already be working on the next beat.
Yeah, I'll be making.
But usually, Kravis does all of the instrumental side, the beat of the song, and just the general flow of the song, and I write the melody and the lyrics.
Yeah. And what inspires your writing?
I think a lot of things. Like it's really hard question. I think that I think it's hard for a lot of singers or writers to answer, because I think songwriters write about all kinds of things that happen to them. And for me, the last project was about it wasn't really songs that were all written in one block. The project that we're releasing now are songs that we've written over the last 2 years, and just we kind of handpicked these songs that kind of stuck this theme that I was feeling when I was writing the lyrics, which is kind of it was just kind of about my reflecting on my experience as a young woman going from a teenage girl to a woman, and how it felt like for me entering womanhood. But I think all songs are all about different songs, but definitely this is the theme of this album, this EP.
Yeah, the EP. And I have to say, love the artwork that goes with the EP.
Thank you.
Shout out to Jerome.
Yeah, it's a good friend of mine called Jérôme Bocchia, a painter I met at university. That's just amazing, and beautiful work. And I just knew that I asked him to make the EP cover for the EP that's called Caryatid, and so he painted one. And one day when I came to his house, he showed me all of the different drafts that he had made for the main, and they were all so different, and I just thought they were all so beautiful. And so we used the drafts for the main cover as the single covers for the different songs in the EP.
But they really enhance the music as well, though. I think that's not often the case. Sometimes, especially these days, with unless you've got a lot of money, and you're trying to get something out. But you get to see a lot of album art, which is either it's a nice photo or whatever, and but in a way it looks like that might have been a bought image, or it's a photo of the band or whatever. But this really works in terms of sort of taking you into kind of another world with the music as well.
Yeah, I feel so too. Yeah. That's how I felt when I saw the drawings, and I really felt like they kind of represented the emotion that I was feeling when I was like writing and listening to the song. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. Well, there's a fluidity to the art, which I think there's a fluidity to your music as well. Yeah. There's a kind of you've got beats and everything in there, but there's a looseness to it. I mean, was that something you really tried to go for?
Yeah. Wouldn't you say, Kravis? Like, I think usually what I love about the beats that you usually send to me is that there's always a little bit of a, this jazzy side of it that's quite loose. Wouldn't you say? The samples and the little pieces that you pick out of songs and how you chop beats up.
Well, there's quite a nice lot of space in there, which I think is quite nice for a singer. Yeah.
Honestly, writing to Kravis's music is a gift. Like, I love it. I love
it. So I mean, over the whole pandemic period, you presumably had a fair bit of time to both sort of write and also listen to music. What is there anything you've been listening to, both of you, over this period that's kind of been quite inspiring?
For me, since lockdown, I started listening to a lot of Jasmine Sullivan because I didn't really know this artist until this year. Well, until the pandemic. And it was when she released her Tiny Desk concert that I discovered this artist, and I've been really inspired by her since then. Yeah. What about you, Cravis?
I actually want to like revisit old albums like Channel Orange of Frank Ocean. Yeah, I was listening the entire album from start to end non-stop. A lot of hip hop acts like the whole Dreamville, J. Cole, those guys. Jacob Collier. During the lockdown, I listened to quite a bit of Jacob Collier as well. Recently, I've been bumping the 2 new albums that Drake and Kanye just dropped. So that's 2 of them that I've been listening as well. Other than
and what do you make of those? I mean, come on, we got to get your opinion on those.
Cravis, what do you have to say about this, huh? I know you have an opinion.
Donda or CLB? For me personally, is Donda because I grew up listening to Kanye when he was a bear mascot. So like, I always like Kanye. I think he's a creative genius. You know, he's always evolving and stuff. I mean, like production, like not even production, like mixing wise, CLB wins. You know, like it's very clean. You know, very well done. But like production wise, I think like the whole production game of Donda is very strong. I mean, it's like 27 tracks. That's like
that's
for Donda,
so
that's very long.
That's like
watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I think it's very cool of him to.
No, but the fact that your album is a tribute to your mother, you know, that's like timeless. You know what I mean? You know, so
yeah,
I choose Donda. I really like all the songs. Yeah.
Would you choose if you could? Obviously, I mean, you make a lot of your music electronically, yeah. But would you really like, given your classical background, and I'm guessing listening to your sound and giving the fact that there's quite a lot of jazz influence in there, would you really love at some stage to take this out with a if you could, a whole band and do the whole thing as live as you possibly could?
We did. Yeah, we actually did. Like for
You really did?
Yeah,
wow.
We did. Yeah. I actually for the first single that's really out, It's Okay, we actually did a live rendition of it, and it sounds really good, you know, to have live drums, live bass, but the only catch is that we only performed the instrumental live without Maya in it. Yeah, so only we recorded live version, then we sent the mix to Maya, and she recorded it, sent it back, then we put it together. Yeah, that's the only way we can do it now because of this whole pandemic.
Yeah.
But it sounds amazing. In a live setting with a live drum set, it sounds so good.
Yeah. This is like the hardest thing about, I think, the pandemic for the two of us as musicians was the fact that we weren't able to perform together, and being able to have a band, you know, like we love, Kravis is obviously like an amazing beats maker, but I mean, he's more of a general, like he's more a musician in you know, so many different ways, and just playing with live drums, and you know, when he plays live keys and with other instruments, it just brings the songs to a whole other level, and it just brings out the jazz and the soul in the music. So
I was going to ask, do you turn into a bit of a Herbie Hancock once you get going, Cravism? Do you? No.
Nah. I'm not at that level. I'm not at Herbie Hancock level.
Yeah, but in your head, that's what I mean. In terms of yes. Oh, no, fantastic. I think it'd be great to hear. I think it would be great to hear you guys live. Absolutely, listening to the music. I'd love to hear your music live. And
thanks.
Do you know what? In some shape or form, later on in life, I'd love to hear you actually with an orchestra.
Oh, yes.
That would be a dream.
That's actually one of my like dreams, to hire orchestra. Because I like to, because I'm a beat maker. I sample a lot of strings, so like I already had that in mind. Like if only I can play my samples live. What do I do? Hire an orchestra, but I don't have the money yet.
Yeah. Well, a good friend of mine did a gig with Lauren Mavula at where he conducted at the Barbican in London. It was just absolutely amazing, just hearing those kind of electronic sounds, but all deconstructed with an orchestra and the singer right at the front. And I feel your music's got that kind of fluidity that would carry it really, really well.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
there you go.
We would love that.
Keep dreaming on, because you never know what might happen.
Yes, sir.
No, absolutely. So what's next for you both? When's this out? I think it's out today, is it not?
It's out
the latest single.
Yes, 2 singles actually.
So yeah, we released 2 songs today, Carroted and Ladies Night, and then we will be releasing the next one in 3 weeks. And the next thing you'll know, the whole EP is going to be out. But after we do that, I think we probably want to work on a longer project, like something, because this EP has a lot of significance for us. That it's also we've been carrying it through the pandemic, and it's been a hard project to take out, like just dealing with the distance between the two of us, not being able to go out and do gigs and perform. So I think the next project, we probably just we have so many songs we want to release and that we're ready to show the world. So probably like a longer album next.
Ah, that's brilliant. Now, I've been asked by Tamira that can I share a music clip that I like? You can't actually share a lot of music when you when you go out live, because there's MCPRS issues with that. If you play music on one of these programs, so we've only got one other option, right? We can, if it's small amounts and it's within a short period of time, we can do something. Now, I don't know whether you've got a keyboard there.
Yes,
that you can play. Yeah, you do. Can we do about 20 seconds of something? Maya, can you just give us something over the top? There you go.
Is it a music video? A music video, I would say probably like See You Again, Tyler, the Creator. That's like something that just pops into my mind right now. But I don't know, can I share it with my screen? I'm not sure that I'm able to do that.
Don't worry about sharing. I just wonder, can we just sing something?
Sing something.
That would be great. Yeah, we can just go.
Okay. Well, you live in my dreams, day. You exist in my reality. You exist behind my eyelids, my eyelids.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
See, there we go. We do these things live, and then we don't actually have the issue of MCPRS and PRS and all of that. There you go. So thank you so much for that. Oh, it's great that you've got fans all around the world, you see, that are just so desperate to hear. Now, the thing is, if people want to hear your music, if people want to buy your music and support you, where can they go to hear it?
On every
streaming platform.
Any streaming platforms, honestly.
Yeah, our music's on Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, SoundCloud, YouTube. Whatever you already use is Apple Music. Our song's gonna be there. So the best way that we can be supported through our music is just go on your own music platform and find our names and listen to it from there.
It is. But I have to tell you this, and I tell virtually every musician that comes on this program this little hint, all right, which is that obviously with streaming, you don't get a huge amount of money from every time it's played. Okay, so here's my hint. Take it or leave it as you want, but get a T-shirt done, right? something to do with the band, maybe one of those pictures from the EP, etc. On the front. On the back, it says, "I listen to Cravism X Maya on Spotify," or whatever. In fact, it can have a list of all of your favorite channels that and people, if they listen to it, they have to buy the t-shirt. You see, that's great. And then it's basically it's promoting streaming and listening to you guys, but at the same time they have to buy a t-shirt, and that pays a little bit extra. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah,
just imagine.
It's something I haven't considered in that way. Definitely something we'll be thinking about.
Yeah,
thanks for the hint.
Can you imagine if every band really got into that and sort of like did this kind of cross promotion of listen to me on streaming, but if you're going to listen to me on streaming, buy the t-shirt, right?
Yeah,
because think about it,
t-shirt isn't much.
Well, and think about it, a CD was 10 quid, right? A t-shirt £10, right? It's the same thing. Right?
Yeah,
it's just like they're listening to your music, they buy you a t-shirt. You sell 100,000 t-shirts, great, your quid's in.
Yeah. If we got a t-shirt sold for every stream that we had, we'd be doing so well right now.
Exactly that. And that's why I just think this is a revolution that everybody must start. It's just got to be and you've got some great artwork there. You see, so you've got the start of a I'd buy that t-shirt. Buy that t-shirt tomorrow. There you go. I'd wear that with pride.
That is so
both of
you to say.
Both of you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking. I wish you the best of luck for the future. I'm going to continue to listen. Do let me know as more music comes out, so that I can hear it, etc. Yes. And I'm hoping and praying that one day you get big enough that we can hear you live in the Barbican with a full orchestra, because I just think that would just and maybe a little jazz or jazz quartet to the side even as well.
Absolutely, that would be amazing. Thank you for your good wishes, and thank you for having us today.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. Cravism Maya, thank you so much for coming. Everybody do check out their music. It's available all over the place at the moment, and I'll put some links into the comments afterwards for where you can go and find it. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.